The first time I really hit $10,000 a month was in December 2023. In January 2024, I did just over $30,000 a month. I put up a video showing this. It's the video of I make $30,000 a month and I'm still driving a Honda Civic, whatever it is. So you guys can go check that out with all the timestamps and stuff like that. So what going from $10,000 a month to $30,000 a month feels like? It feels the same. The first initial high comes from 10K a month. That's when like the real high comes from. From 10 to 30, it's kind of like your own bragging rights, but nothing like you don't get any more happy or charismatic or whatever it is. It feels the same. Now, what does that feel like? It's like so at that point, and this is going to sound weird, but to get to that number, to get to the 10K and the 30K, you had to make an internal shift in your mind where in order to hit that number, you had to become self-validating, meaning that the most important thing to you was how you see yourself when nobody's around, when nobody's watching, and the decisions that you make, how you feel about them and how they've affected your life. You've learned to become so focused inwards on how you feel about yourself and the fact that, and you learn to validate yourself that when the money comes in, it feels great, but it's not like the end all be all. Because the money, when it first comes in, it feels like another affirmation that you're doing a good job. The same way it is when you get the likes or you get the YouTube views or whatever that version is for you, a praise or a good comment from your boss, whatever it is. It feels like that. Like it's an affirmation of the fact that you're doing good, you're doing something right, and to keep doing that. But it's not like, oh, because I hit $10,000 a month, like that's my new identity. And if I never hit it again, I'd be less of a person. No, you've learned to validate yourself along the way. So it feels great, but it's not like life stops, right? If anything, at that point, you feel a lot of momentum to keep going, to repeat the success. You hit that, it feels great, you celebrate for a day, and then the question very quickly becomes, okay, how can I do this again? How can you do it again? And so you will be able to do it again if on the road to hitting your first $10,000 a month, you focus on creating momentum. Momentum can be created. It's not something that's given to you. You don't ride a wave of life. You create momentum. You create opportunities. If you want to achieve financial freedom, you create that reality for yourself. You create a business. This is what all my content's about. It's taking ownership of your own life and building your desired reality. So you've learned to create momentum for yourself. So when the 10K a month hits, it's not like everything now becomes about the fact that you hit that number. No, you're taking at this time, you're taking a moment to reflect on how you got there, on what's been working for you and what hasn't. If you're smart, you will reflect so that you can repeat the success and that you can continue to create momentum. Not that you continue riding the momentum you've already created, but you create new momentum at every step. Every day, you start at zero, and it's a new opportunity for you to create momentum, to create and build and mold another brick that you then put that is building your empire and building your desired reality. From 10K to 30K a month, like I wasn't like, the bar just becomes higher, right? I wasn't obsessed over like, oh, I hit 10K and now it's going to 15, now it's going to 20, now it's going to 25. You're probably not going to be like that because again, you had to become a certain person. You had to drop a lot of the old things and a lot of the old temptations and things that would distracted you. You are no longer as sensitive to those things. You're fully dialed in. And so and this is when it really begins to set in for you at this time. You're now realizing that, oh, it really never was about the money goal, or it really never was about the destination. It's really about who you have become and are continuing to become in the process. And I would have hit that $10,000 a month and that $30,000 a month a lot faster had that been my mentality out of the gate, that it's about who I'm becoming. And once I adopted that mentality where it's like, oh, I'm not posting 3 videos a day to blow up the analytics. No, I'm posting 3 videos a day or 2 videos a day or 5, whatever it is, to prove to myself that over and over again that I'm someone who's consistent, I'm someone who's disciplined, and I'm someone who's focused and relentless. Like that's what it becomes about for you. And so to first hit the 10K, you have to figure out, like I've said this in multiple videos, what you're going for, what kind of a reality you're building, and who you must become in order to build that reality, and trust your gut instinct on whatever surfaces. Because that's the right answer for you. You know exactly who you need to become. Someone who is insert character trait. And as you do that every day, however you do it, follow your intuition and how it tells you to refine those things, whether it's by going to the gym or creating content or building a business or studying after work, whatever it is. Trust where your intuition takes you to refine those character traits, because that is your path. You are your path. And it is lighting up with every step that you take. The beautiful part about being a human being and having this human experience is you're the only one who can see the world from inside your container. And so many of us are so focused on trying to see outside of ourselves and trying to see the path, the best and most effective and efficient path to the $10,000 or the $30,000 a month. You're the only one who's going to have the experience of figuring things out and cracking the code. So as much as you want answers, you really don't want all the answers. You don't want to be spoiled in that way, because you'll never become someone. You'll never become the person, character-wise and energy-wise and mentally, who can do it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. When I hit 10K a month in April of 2023, late March, early April of 2023, the revenue went down like 80% the next month. And I wasn't too concerned because of all the skills I had acquired and the kind of person I had become to even get me that glimpse. So I knew I was the person, and I knew I'd be able to do it again, whether it was weeks, days, or months later. And it happened to be months later. But I knew I was the person. I knew I was able to pumping out enough content or strategizing well enough or whatever it is. The only thing that was missing was, a knowledge gap or a right product or a right service or whatever it is. And so when you have confidence, you have patience. To be confident is to be patient. To be patient is to be confident. When you have patience, you are confident. And so if you haven't hit that 10K a month yet, or that 30K a month yet, or whatever it is, the most confident thing you can do is be patient with yourself. Gary Vee has this thing where he says, macro patience and micro speed. Giving yourself enough time over the grand course of this chapter of your life to figure it out. But it also means winning the day and dominating the day by moving quickly, by taking action, by not doubting yourself. And at this point in time, you can't afford to doubt yourself, right? Anyway, so I'm going to end it off on that note. It's a great feeling. I'll end it off on this. It's a great feeling to start making money, especially when it happens to you rather quickly. Does it have to be quick to be enjoyable? No. In fact, the longer road is the most rewarding. So be thankful that it hasn't happened yet, because it's giving you an opportunity to turn into the person who gets that thing, and not gets it, but who builds that thing, who builds that reality. And that feeling when you get there, that feeling when you start to see your desired reality come together after you've laid enough bricks, internally and externally, is so infinitely rewarding, because it's an affirmation that you've been doing the right things by improving and working on yourself. Thoughts and questions in the comments. Hit the like button. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.